My name is Katie Ford, and I'm the Executive Director of Truth Be Told, and I also am the Program Director of Healing Trauma, which is a project I started on my own. So Truth Be Told is a 17-year-old organization, a nonprofit here in Austin, Texas. We have programs that support women while they're incarcerated. I started volunteering for Truth Be Told in 2010. I was actually at the time volunteering for another organization that paired adults with children who have a mom or dad in prison. And I was at a mentor training when I met a Truth Be Told graduate. She was actually on the panel of experts talking about the importance of mentoring children. And when she introduced herself, she said, "I know the importance of being a mentor because my own children had good mentors in their lives when I was locked up for 15 years. She challenged my biases and the things that she had to say. And you know, at the time I was a journalist by trade, so I was curious, and I went up to her later after the training and asked her more about her story, and she told me about Truth Be Told, this Austin nonprofit that serves women while they're incarcerated. And I realized that the status quo, the expectation was that we punish these individuals in reaction to when they harm. You know, the criminal justice system is about punishing those who harm. However, the reason they're harming is because they're hurt. So I saw a brokenness in the way things exist. And once my eyes were open to that, I felt like I really didn't have a choice. I wasn't going to be closing my eyes to this problem, and I knew I needed to do something about it. I took it personally. And I started to think about how can I turn what I do as a volunteer on Thursday nights into what I do for a living. So in the spring of 2016, I started thinking about what would happen if I just got rid of the old uniform entirely. Once I asked myself that question, I started getting signs. Impulsively, I took a book off the shelf, and apparently I had started to read it 12 years ago and then shelved it. So I was looking through the pages, and there on page 7, in my own handwriting in all capital letters, it said, "Leap and the net will appear." And in that moment, I started to cry and laugh because I knew I was going to have to take a big risk. Like, I could not ignore that message. So over the years, there have been so many women who have passed through my classroom who have really touched my heart. One woman in particular, she was actually in my very first healing trauma class this past summer. Her name is Kimberly. She had a really poignant moment in our 4th class. Kimberly really took to that class, and I could see that she was really thinking, and she cried through most of that class. And she got to the root of her anger, and that was the beginning of her healing. And I know that because she told me just 2 weeks ago she came by my class. She was on her way out to the rec yard, and I was hosting a healing trauma class, and the class had not begun yet, so she stopped by the door, and she was crying, and she wanted to tell me that she was being released, that she was going home. And she said, "I want you to know that you opened the door for me." And she gave me the biggest hug and told me that I had opened the door for her. If I had some advice to my younger self, I would say, believe in your story, believe in your voice, believe in your abilities, and move through your fear.